$750,000, 6 media channels, 3 chances to move the money. Your student steps in as the solo media director for Velo, a brand entering a critical launch. They are responsible for the entire portfolio. Every dollar they assign to one channel is unavailable somewhere else. Most marketing classes rely on isolated worksheets. Students define reach, conversion, and return on investment without ever having to decide which metric deserves trust when the numbers disagree. Knowing the vocabulary doesn't help much when the actual campaign data arrives and the evidence conflicts. This is the campaign. Over 13 periods, high school learners operate a live product launch under mounting pressure. New evidence arrives in controlled daily releases, forcing them to adapt on the fly. Career readiness requires abandoning the safety of a predetermined answer key. Students have to look at incomplete information, make a choice, and defend it. The pressure starts immediately. Students lock in an opening prediction on day 0. The very next day, audience evidence lands, exposing a sharp mismatch between where they place their budget and where the target demographic actually spends their time. Then comes the attribution trap. This chart displays channel performance. At first glance, the massive, bright last-click metric makes it look like paid digital is driving all the sales. But the overlaid web reveals that credit is actually distributed quietly across several other touchpoints. The loudest metric is rarely the whole truth. Students learn that giving all the credit to the last click ignores the organic and influencer channels that quietly built the audience's trust. This friction forces them to stop and interrogate the model behind the numbers. They practice information discernment, evaluating the validity of the evidence before they react to a rising number on a dashboard. And they cannot simply erase a decision every time a new data point appears. The budget only opens during 3 strict reallocation windows. To adapt, a student must move a minimum of $25,000 from one channel to another. They write their rationale and the window locks shut. Between those windows, the portfolio holds. Platform algorithms shift. Sudden search spikes hit. The pressure builds, but the students must ride out the consequences of their choices. Every move carries an opportunity cost. They have to exercise ethical stakeholder awareness, considering whose attention they are buying and what trust they are borrowing when they partner with an influencer. Because they cannot quietly rewrite history, what starts as a panicked guess early in the simulation evolves into practiced, resilient strategy. It all culminates on day 12. Every student steps up for the final oral defense, where they present a concise campaign thesis and respond directly to counterarguments. A lucky dashboard number will not save a weak strategy. A campaign that finishes with lower simulated revenue can earn a perfect score if the student acknowledges the uncertainty, considers the stakeholders, and mounts a solid defense. The simulation forces students to leave a trail of evidence. Through daily journals, structured peer critiques, and the final presentation, you collect concrete written and oral artifacts that map their thinking. You get to assess their metacognition and their judgment. A blind guess won't survive the scrutiny of the defense. As an educator, you can facilitate this entirely confidently, even if campaign analytics isn't your specialty. The system does the heavy lifting. Student workbooks handle all the underlying calculations. You get prepared daily evidence releases, detailed say scripts, common rubrics, and a protected data reference that outlines every potential interpretation. For administrators, it delivers the rigorous, career-connected learning they demand. For teachers, it is a reusable, ready-to-launch classroom routine that respects your preparation time. Bring the campaign into your classroom. Explore it at patienslearning.com.